everyone, the video today will be about three subjects: how I choose my city, country, and the school. The second one, how I was learning the beginning, the accents, and the friendships in the class, the classmates, and outside. And the third one is how this opened new perspective for the future. So stay tuned. The first subject I will talk about is how I choose my school, the country, the city of Melbourne, and my accommodation. Well, the country, I chose Melbourne after I make a research about Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, because those three countries, the student visa, you can study and work, so you can have you can practice your English and also you can earn some money to keep your life here. And I realized Australia is completely different culture and also full of international students, so the exchange course experience will be much more complete here. And why I choose Melbourne? Well, Melbourne is because I'm here so such a long time. Melbourne because one friend of mine came here and he told me so many good things about the city, and after research about it was indeed true. I said, okay, let's go to Melbourne. And I can tell now, living after 11 months, that the city is quite good and everything here is amazing. That makes this place so special for international students. Where I choose my school and accommodation. My school, the name of a school that I studied was Impact. You may see an image of the logo here. I highly recommend this school because one of the best schools in Melbourne, because they have a good way to teach you, and they mix a lot of nationalities such as Japan, Taiwan, Thailand, Europe Italy, France, a lot of Brazilians, Colombians, people. So because I have all this mix, it makes the experience much better. And the school has good teachers and you can learn a lot there, such as for the vocabulary, for the grammar, that for Brazilians usually ED is quite complicated, but it's a good school that I quite recommend if you're thinking to go to Melbourne Impact. And for accommodation, when I was in Brazil, I thought, well, you have two options. You can stay with a family, a homestay here, or, well, I thought, well, I'm 25 years old, 24 in that time. I already know some things how to do by myself, and this could be a good experience for myself to learn how to do everything, such as cook, clean, look for a job, look for an apartment, and do everything. So I thought, okay, let's go for student residence. And I can tell that I don't regret, because it's such a nice place. I met and is my friend until now as well, an Australian guy called Dan. It's Daniel, but I call Dan. And this guy's I learned so many English with him. I talk with Australians, and this makes me improve my English. So because you go to a different place and you see a lot of different nationalities, make you improve yourself. And the subject for the next subject, my God, what I'm speaking. And the next subject will be how I learned and how it was everything until now. Stay continues. Well, for the second subject was the beginning of the school, the use of English, and then people that I met here and everything. So it was the beginning was quite different, because the school here is not sometimes in Brazil, usually it's one day in a week or sometimes twice, depends on your availability of time. But here it's Monday to Friday. And you think, oh, it's hard. In the beginning, yes, the first week, second. Because maybe you have a jet lag and your body's still crazy, so maybe wake up early is complicated, or maybe because you live far from the city, it took maybe 1 hour for you come to the school by train or by bus, or walking, whichever is the transportation you're gonna use. So the beginning is quite hard, and maybe you're gonna feel like, oh my god, this is not for me, what I'm doing here. But after the time will pass, you'll see like how nice is that, because when you practice every day in the school, you correct your grammar and your times. You don't confuse present, future, and past anymore, and you know so many different people for so many courses. Like in my school, I have a Brazilian friend, a really close Brazilian friend that did in barista course, and wasn't my English course, was a different course. So because all these things you can see there, you can, like, the teachers are so friendly, and they know like sometimes you're not your mother language is English, so you have to speak. So even though it's wrong for us, for South America, it's good, like, don't be afraid to speak. And during the school times is the best thing, because it's like I do the mistakes on this class, and when I go to the real world, in the streets, working, doing everything, it's easier because you're not afraid to speak. So the school was like an important part here. If it wasn't my impact school, maybe I wasn't be so good as English. Of course, studying house also helped me a lot, but when you are in a school with someone that's born and was raised speaking English, it's different. And well, one part that I can say is quite difficult is the accents, because accents quite complicated. Accents is a part of the experience here you're gonna live that makes feel two things. Well, crazy, because I have no idea what the people sometimes speaking, and two, when you overcome this, you feel like, oh my god, how good I am, how good I can speak like this. So you meet so many people from different countries, such as like the Australians, England, Italy, Portugal sometimes, Spain, from Asia, such as Japan, Thailand, Hong Kong, Malaysia, and all these countries has different accents, and sometimes they mix with the English and became crazy because sometimes they say one thing but you understand another. But this experience is nice. It makes you improve your worldwide vision about the world, and also applies to make new friends, because you know people from around the world, and maybe one of those friends will be a friend you're gonna keep for life. And like example, a friend from Japan, and I never imagined this going to happen. Guy from Japan. So this makes you think like, my god, this is amazing. And to show this, I will make it now like a compilation about some photos and videos. Perspective for the future, because it's like, I think in Brazil sometimes we realize that English is important for travel, for work, but when you're here and you start to speak English all the time, work just speaking English and doing everything with English, this opens so many doors for you and open your vision of the world and place to visit, that your plans maybe gonna change. Maybe you wanna go to stay longer, you can go to another country, maybe you're gonna stay here forever. And I think this is one of the best things that English can contribute for our lives, is the ability to know more people, to know more about the world, and open these doors to live for another country. It's not that easy, it's quite hard, you need to be strong, you need to work harder, you need to be perseverant. But I guarantee you, after 3 years studying sunny house, I came here 6 months studying English, and now in making my college, it's like everything is different. You feel like you improve a lot in a short time. My first visa was 6 months, but the real time, it looks like, was 1 year. So if you're thinking about making an exchange course and come to Australia, I hope this video. Well, for the subject slangs, I'll have to use my notebook because so many slangs and some of those I don't use. So use for now. So I have to check. But basically, Australian slang is like it's negative words. Usually when they say welcome, they say no worries. It's quite common. Or no problem. Or instead of say how are you, they say how you doing. And sometimes the few use like how's it going. But for me it's quite rude to say this. But how you doing is quite usual to say this. You have like Wonka, that is not the Wonka bar, the chocolate, is marijuana, or can be mean something really bizarre. Also have bug it off, that means like rude way to say go to hell. It's rude, but sometimes you listen on the street. Have such words such, they say see you and see you later, and you can use like catch you later for see you soon, and see you like see you around, catch you around. Then also like mate for use as friend, and mate's like 90% Australians say mate. They say like bugger for hamburgers. It's crazy, but it's true. They say bogan for crazy people, usually from the countryside or have some problems and like just so they want to mess around. You have like bloody, that's been very like it's bloody hot, it's very hot. You have like dunny for bathroom. You have more like Barbie, such as that is barbecue. You have arvo, that's afternoon. You have chocky, that is chocolate. Continues. You have Joey, that means a small kangaroo, a baby kangaroo. They say here like Macas for McDonald's. They have like, they say like beauty, that means great. If they say big smoke, means a big city. They reference their parents such as the oldies. They use the words that is yaka for go to work, like I have to go to my yaka, I have to go to my work. And have also like blue, that means a fight or a mistake. And also Australians usually put everything short. Don't become a slang, but days of the week became informal ways to say, like Monday become Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wendy, Thursday, 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 Friday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, Sunday. But you to find this country because it's so amazing. Here you're gonna see different things, improve a lot, live a lot, and everything here is amazing. And I hope one day see you here. So catch you later, folks.